to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, all my rising stars. Thank y'all so much for all the love and support that y'all have been sharing. I just want to thank everyone out there who have been supporting my channel. And I have this one special person who I'm going to shout out today. And her name is Lynn Evans. She have been supporting my channel, sharing my videos, and I just want to thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a lot. That means so much to me. I thank you so much. And as soon as I can just move a little bit farther, I'm going to show you just how much I appreciate all the love and support and everyone who has been supporting me on my journey. And I just also today, y'all, I hope y'all like my background. I tried to do something different to get y'all off that Paris background or being in the car or something, just to look a little different. But today's story time is, do money really change people? And I'm going to give it in my opinion. Y'all can comment down below how y'all feel about the situation. But I'm going to give it to you how I have seen it and how I feel about it. And I do believe it does. I'm going to come from my situation. I'm giving my testimony. I was dealing with someone, and when I first met this person, I had my own place. Always had my own place, my own transportation. You know, I worked and I, had my kids, took care of my kids. I always try to hold my own. And, dealing with this person, we became, one. And, I would always have this person back. I would always do for this person, even when this person was at his lowest, doing different type of stuff, that, was unacceptable. I still accepted. I still did what I did, and there was a lot of things that took place, and, I was there for that person. That person got in trouble. That person went away for a while. And it didn't only happen 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It happened more than that. And I tried to be there for that person as much as I could. I always had a roof over my head. I always had a job. I always had transportation. So each time that person got in trouble and got out of his situation, he would come back every time, no matter the situation. He would always have a roof over his head. He would always have somewhere to sleep, clothes on his back, shoes on his feet, food to eat. He would always have everything. I wasn't rich. I couldn't give him everything. I had 4 kids I had to take care of. And it felt like a fifth person because I was always, taking care of the situation. He did what he did, but, he was always in trouble. He was always doing something to get himself in trouble. Well, one time he had got in a lot of trouble. And he had just barely got out of trouble. He wasn't even out of trouble. I'm going to say a good 8 months. And he had just barely got out of trouble and got back in trouble. But this time he got a little deeper in trouble. We weren't on good terms before he had even got into that trouble. We had did a lot of arguing because this person had started, making money and seeing the money. He started doing stuff different. And I had already seen the change in him, And me and him would argue, and I could see the way he would talk to me and stuff like that. And I would, tell him, you're acting different and stuff like that. But when he got in trouble, I tried to be there as much as I could. But, my kids were older. My kids were getting in trouble. My third child was going in and out of jail, and it was a headache there. Then I had a son that was in high school playing football. He was getting recruited by all these different colleges. I was talking to all these different recruiters, you know, so it was a lot for me. So I couldn't cater to him like he wanted me to. I couldn't cater to him. I had older kids. I had kids that I had to be there for. I couldn't just give him all the attention. So he got mad and he wrote me a letter and he told me, you know, do what you do, you know, don't worry about him, you know, that we weren't gonna be together and he didn't want to be with me and this and this and that. So I took it to the heart. You know, if you write a letter like that from jail and I'm out here in the free world, you know, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So I started, you know, just living my life, you know. My like I said, my third born, he was getting into a lot of trouble and it was just courts and getting phone calls in the middle of the night and the sheriff's bringing him home, and you know he had got on some type of drugs that the kids were taking, and you know had to stay up sometimes 12 and 13 hours watching him, and it was crazy. So I had my own thing going on, and when this person finally got released, you know, we some kind of way began to talk, like kind of towards his last, I guess, 2 years. We had, you know, kind of bonded back together, and he got out. We got back together. You know, my situation wasn't, you know, it wasn't real good. I was living with my daughter. You know, I was going through some stuff and some things had happened and I was trying to, you know, get back on my feet or whatever. But, you know, we had all, he was in a halfway house. We had all moved and got us an apartment together, and, you know, we stayed there for about a year or two. And once that, you know, he had started doing whatever he was doing. He had started making money. So I had seen him, you know, he would start buying me this, buying me that. And, you know, he would, I could see, we had went and got married. But it seemed like right after, probably like 3 months after we got married, I could see a change in him. And he was acting different. And a lot of the times, you know, he would like to go out and stay out like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I would ask him, you know, if he could come home before this time. He did it for a minute. Then we all got together and we moved to the place where I'm at now. And it became real bad. He started wearing this ring. He started making all this money. And he started like buying like all these shoes and, you know, like anything I wanted, he would buy it for me. You know, it didn't matter if I wanted it, he would go get it. And then like all of a sudden, probably 2 years into the marriage, because we were together for we were together 24 years, but within the 24 years, we was only married 2.5. But I started seeing a change in him when he started making all this money. And the first time I started seeing a change, he started traveling. Started traveling with his friends and cousins and stuff. And they were going here and going there, and he would come back, he would act different. So this one particular time, you know, he had left, came back, he left again, and we had went on this vacation. We took a whole lot of pictures, and after he left, I said, oh, I want to go and try to do like collage. I like to do collages, and I want to do a collage and take some pictures off the phone. I noticed he had left the phone, so I went, and we never, he had my password, I had his password. We never locked those phones. His phone rang, I could answer it, I could see who was calling, same way with me. One day I go, and I picked the phone up trying to get the collage pictures, the pictures for a collage. had a lock on it. I put the code in, nothing. Put the code in again, nothing. So I see the other phone that he had. He had bought him a new phone, so I see the other phone that he had. Pick it up, put the code in, nothing. Put the code in, nothing. So I'm like, okay, something ain't right. So all of a sudden, he started making more and more money. And he started acting more and more different. So all of a sudden, he stopped doing for me. Completely stopped doing for me. You know, at one point, I would tell him, he would say, go pay the bill. I would pay the bill. You want to pay half? No, you ain't got to pay half. Just pay the bill. I said, okay, the bill is $100 and something. So just pay the bill. Then all of a sudden, I said, you want to pay half? Yeah, you pay half. We started paying half everything. And once we started paying half of everything, it just went on month after month. And so I hadn't noticed him. You know, he stopped buying me stuff. He stopped doing for me. He wasn't giving me money no more. And my car had broke down. He wouldn't get my car fixed for a long time. My car sat out there for probably a lot of months. And the only reason why I got my car fixed is because we had got into it. He was eating one day and he was looking for his grill. And I get up, you know, help him look for his grill. And there was a phone laying on the little foot thing in the living room, whatever it's called. So I'm not knowing that it's his phone. If I pick the phone up, bam, a girl on the phone. So I said, okay. So he didn't see me, so I put the phone back down. Turn it back over. He go outside. And I text him and tell him. He texts me back, whoop, whoop, whoop. Very smart, little old message, whatever. From that day forward, that boy started being a whole different person. And the reason why I say money changes a person, because when he didn't have the money, and when I was being dumb, when I was doing everything that I could do, when he was doing all the cheating, I was taking him back and everything, he was okay. Now he making all this money, got all this money, and he's sharing it with somebody else, you know. He's providing for that person. He's making sure that person got all of the shoes, the new shoes, Jordans, and making sure that person nails is done and hair is done, making sure that person is living in a nice place, and making sure that person is this, he's coming up with this and coming up with that, and they got this and they got that. But the person that's been there for you through your downfall, person that's been there for you through thick and thin, you left that person to fall and you wouldn't even catch that person. If I was to fell off the boat and it was two life, if I was to fell out, if we both was to fell off the boat, fall off of a boat, I'm sorry, and it was one life jacket, I guarantee you he would have threw that life jacket out there to her, not me. And the reason why I said that, because if you got all this money and you get to travel and you want somebody else to travel with you, you want somebody else to be with you, but your wife, you don't care if she get to experience anything. You don't care if she get to do anything. But when he didn't have nothing and he was at his low, he was okay with anything that I didn't want to do or I wasn't doing. But when he got all this money, he started making all of this money, and he started doing all this cheating and going to meet this girl and all this buying her stuff and sending her stuff and, just splurging. I call it splurging. So when I asked y'all, do money really change people? I asked y'all that for a reason, because I feel like money not only changed him, money also destroyed my marriage. So it is what it is. But, you know, people gonna say, no, money don't change you, money don't change you, money don't change you. It does. It changed some people, because I feel like if you never had it and you ain't never experienced nothing like that, I don't care. People can say all day, I had this and I had that. No, you never experienced that. The amount of money that he have experienced in this last year, a year and a half, whatever, he never had it. Me, I done been with guys that I done counted thousands and thousands, 10,000, 20,000. I done counted so much money from being with people who was in the game that had money. I didn't ran so much money through these fingers. I didn't had it all. I didn't lived in the big houses with the nice living room sets, and I didn't drove nice cars. I didn't had nice clothes and shoes, and I didn't had a pocket full of money. So material things doesn't matter to me. So you can't buy me a pair of shoes and I'm gonna jump on the roof. You can't give me $500-$600 and I'm gonna run around the corner. So you cannot buy me. You cannot give me something, because I didn't had it all. It's nothing to me. So money does make some people, if you've never had it. I'm not saying that it'll change everybody. It changed some people who never had it. So that's why I'm saying, y'all comment down below and let me know. But I'm just saying, money is evil, and it can be as either it can be more evil to some people because of the way they treat it. And it's just like I said, I wasn't impressed. It didn't matter to me how much money he had. If he had a nickel, if he had a quarter, if he had a dime, I didn't care if you didn't have anything. I was with you when you didn't have nothing. So it didn't matter to me if you bought me a ring, or if you bought me a pair of shoes, or if you said, let's go on this shopping spree, let's go over here, let's go over here. None of that stuff mattered. I appreciate it. I'm very happy and thankful that you thought of me and you wanted me to have the nicer shoes, or you wanted me to have this, or you wanted me to have that. But at the end of the day, it did not change the fact, because I didn't see money. I didn't see so much money run across so many people, not just the men, not just the people that I was with. I have friends who have their partners and whatever you want to call it, didn't have money. I didn't see so much money and been around so much money and seen so much money. So it didn't matter to me about how much money a person can make, how much money a person have. You can go be with anybody in the world. You can buy them all the material stuff you want to. That's what they gonna want. That's what they gonna expect. If you buying it from the beginning, and that's all they see is that you're buying them, the first time you stop buying it, I guarantee you they gonna change. I guarantee you they gonna change. But I said that to say this. Money is the root of all evil. People don't see it and people don't understand it. But we have to understand, we can't let money make us, and we can't let money break us. We have to continue to do what we need to do, be happy, and move forward. So, as I said again, comment down below how y'all feel about the conversation. I thank y'all. I love y'all. And all my rising stars. Until next time. Peace.